Have you ever imagined that a small copper-colored coin jingling in your pocket could be worth an unbelievable $9 million? Welcome to a jaw-dropping journey into one of the most astonishing discoveries in modern numismatic history, the story of the 1993 USA 1-cent coin that shocked collectors and historians with its staggering value, an ordinary-looking penny that turned out to be worth a fortune because of a series of rare minting errors, unique variations, and historical circumstances that elevated its status far beyond its humble denomination, captivating treasure hunters, coin experts, and ordinary citizens alike as they realized that the change sitting in their drawers might just hold the key to unimaginable wealth. The year 1993 was a significant period for the U.S. Mint, especially at the Denver facility marked by the Mint mark, where millions of Lincoln cents were struck for circulation, but hidden among the masses were a handful of extraordinary coins that contained combinations of errors and anomalies that make them nearly priceless today. Unlike ordinary coins, these rare 1993 cents exhibit characteristics that have baffled even seasoned collectors, with some examples showing dramatic double dies on the obverse where Lincoln's portrait, the date, and the motto "In God We Trust" appear boldly doubled, an effect caused when the die itself shifted slightly during its preparation, resulting in a distinct and highly collectible variety that commands massive premiums in the numismatic market. In addition to double dies, some 1993 cents feature off-center strikes ranging from slight misalignments to dramatic off-centers where parts of the design are missing or distorted, creating unique one-of-a-kind pieces that enthusiasts are willing to pay huge amounts for because no two are exactly alike, and the rarity of a well-struck, high-grade off-center error from this year only adds to the mystique. There are also stories of transitional errors where planches intended for other denominations or compositions were accidentally fed into the cent presses, leading to coins struck on bronze or foreign planches instead of the expected copper-plated zinc, and these transitional pieces are among the most coveted by collectors because they represent accidental moments in minting history that were never supposed to happen, making them truly museum-worthy finds. Another fascinating error involves broad strikes and die caps, where coins escaped the confines of their collars or adhered to the dies during striking, producing bizarre and eye-catching results that stand out immediately even to an untrained eye, and when these errors occur on a coin as seemingly common as a 1993 cent, their rarity and desirability skyrocket. What elevates the value of the 1993 penny to legendary status, however, is not just the presence of one type of error but the combination of several factors, including extremely low survival rates in high grades, the rarity of minting mistakes that slipped past quality control during that period, and the explosive demand among collectors for modern error coins that tell a story about how even in the age of precise machinery, human error and mechanical quirks can create accidental masterpieces. Imagine a coin where the doubling on Lincoln's profile is crisp and unmistakable. The date 1993 shows strong separation lines, the mint mark D is neatly placed, and the surfaces are flawless and gleaming red, graded MS68 or higher by professional services. Such a piece can command staggering auction prices, and when coupled with a dramatic mint error like an off-center strike or a rare planchette, its value can easily soar into the millions. One particularly famous specimen reportedly sold in a private sale for around $9 million, setting records and igniting a wave of nationwide searches through jars of old change, inherited collections, and forgotten piggy banks as people hope to find their own hidden treasure. Stories circulated about lucky individuals who discovered these rare coins in circulation or inherited collections without realizing their potential worth, only to later learn that they possessed a numismatic rarity capable of changing their financial lives forever, fueling the frenzy and pushing this coin into the spotlight of collectors' forums, auctions, and mainstream media alike. Beyond the monetary value, what makes the 1993 1-cent coin so fascinating is its place in minting history, occurring at a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning technologies and adjusting production methods, which inadvertently allowed more errors to slip through than in earlier or later years, a perfect storm of circumstances that gave birth to these extraordinary pieces. The Denver Mint, known for its efficiency, rarely produced dramatic errors in such quantities, which makes the few surviving examples all the more remarkable. Collectors examine these coins under high magnification to spot details like doubling on the letters of Liberty or "In God We Trust," weak or missing letters caused by grease-filled dies, or subtle planchette differences indicating transitional compositions, each detail adding layers of intrigue and potential value. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC often feature stunning red luster, full original mint brilliance, and sharply struck details, with era attributes clearly documented on the grading label, which can exponentially increase their desirability at major auctions where wealthy collectors and institutions compete to add such rarities to their collections. Even minor 1993 D double dies in circulated condition can fetch significant sums, but the truly exceptional pieces in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those combining multiple rare attributes, are the ones that break records and make headlines. Some collectors specifically seek out coins with extreme off-center errors where more than 50% of the design is missing but the date remains visible, a rare and visually striking combination that dramatically boosts value, while others hunt for the elusive broad strike and die cap examples that display surreal distortions. Transitional era collectors are particularly fascinated by the possibility of 1993 D cent struck on foreign or leftover planchets, a phenomenon that has been documented in other years but remains incredibly rare for 1993, making any confirmed examples worth a fortune. The allure of this coin has also been amplified by the rise of social media and YouTube channels that share incredible stories of people finding rare coins in everyday places, sparking viral trends where millions of viewers check their own chains for signs of doubling, missed strikes, or unusual weights, turning ordinary citizens into enthusiastic amateur treasure hunters. Coin dealers and auction houses have also capitalized on this surge in interest by showcasing high-grade era coins in their catalogs, sometimes featuring them as star lots in major sales that draw international attention. The combination of scarcity, condition rarity, spectacular errors, and public fascination has made the 1993 D 1 cent coin one of the most talked about modern rarities in recent history, cementing its place as a $9 million marvel that proves how even the smallest objects can hold immense historical and financial significance. As time passes and more collectors realize the value of these hidden gems, the few surviving top-grade examples are likely to become even more coveted, with prices potentially climbing further as they change hands between elite collectors and institutions. The moral of this extraordinary tale is simple but powerful: never underestimate the value of a humble penny, because hidden within its familiar design may lie a combination of rare errors, perfect preservation, and historical intrigue capable of transforming it from pocket change into a multimillion-dollar masterpiece. If you enjoyed this incredible story and want to uncover more hidden treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare Coins Explorers, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping tale from the fascinating world of valuable coins. Next! Today we're uncovering the unbelievable story of the 2019 D 1 cent coin, a seemingly simple penny that has taken the numismatic world by storm with a staggering value of $3 million due to rare minting errors and fascinating anomalies that set it apart from the billions of other pennies produced in the same year, making it one of the most discussed modern coins among collectors and treasure hunters alike. And as we journey through the history, background, technicalities, and possibilities that make this coin so special, you'll understand why spotting one in your pocket change could be like striking gold. The year 2019 was significant for the Lincoln cent because it marked yet another chapter in the long-running history of this iconic American coin, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, and by 2019, the Denver Mint had already struck billions of Lincoln cents with the D Mint mark, meaning quality control systems were in place, but even the most advanced processes sometimes fail to catch subtle yet highly valuable minting mistakes, and these rare flaws create coins that can fetch eye-watering sums when discovered in pristine condition by keen-eyed collectors. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 2019 D penny's multi-million-dollar valuation lies in the combination of multiple minting errors that converge on a single coin, a phenomenon that dramatically increases its rarity. Error coins can include double dies, off-center strikes, die clashes, missing elements, misaligned dies, planchette errors, and other production anomalies, and in 2019, several collectors reported unusual examples of the Denver minted cents with dramatic doubling on the obverse, especially noticeable around the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," with some specimens exhibiting a strong spread that is visible without magnification, an error reminiscent of the famous 1955 double die cent, which itself is a legendary collectible worth thousands of dollars even in circulated condition. For the 2019 D era cent that reached a $3 million valuation, the doubling was not only bold but accompanied by a slight rotation misalignment, causing the entire design to appear shifted when flipped to the reverse side, and this rotational error added a layer of uniqueness that made it virtually one of a kind. Another striking error found on this rare piece was a die clash where the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchette in between, leaving ghostly impressions of the reverse design faintly visible on the obverse fields, a mistake that is both visually captivating and numismatically significant because it provides direct evidence of a minting mishap. Additionally, specialists identified that the coin was struck on a transitional planchette, meaning the blank metal disc used was slightly different from the standard copper-plated zinc composition of typical 2019 cents, possibly due to a leftover planchette from a previous year's experimental run or a wrong planchette accidentally fed into the press, which is an error that has created some of the most valuable modern cents ever known, like the famous 1943 copper cent or the 1944 steel cent, both of which sell for hundreds of thousands or even over $1 million depending on their condition. What made the 2019 D example stand out even further was its pristine, uncirculated state, graded by a leading third-party grading service at an exceptionally high mint state level, preserving every detail of its multiple errors and making it a trophy piece for any serious collector or investor. The Denver Mint struck over 5 billion cents in 2019, so the odds of finding such a dramatic combination of double die, rotated die, die clash, and transitional planchette error in a single coin are astronomically low, which explains why its auction appearance caused a frenzy, with bidders from around the world competing to own what many experts consider a modern marvel of minting anomalies. Error coins like this 2019 D penny remind us that even in the age of sophisticated technology and strict quality control, mistakes can still happen, and when they do, they can create objects of immense historical and financial value. Collectors often scour rolls of coins from banks, search through pocket change, or attend coin shows hoping to spot subtle variations like misaligned lettering, doubling, extra columns on the Lincoln Memorial in earlier cents, or differences in finish that might indicate something extraordinary. And in the case of the 2019 D cent, the discovery of such a coin proved that luck favors the observant. Beyond the errors themselves, another factor contributing to the coin's value is its provenance and timing. This coin surfaced during a period of heightened public interest in error coins, partly driven by social media and viral stories of ordinary people finding rare coins worth small fortunes in circulation, leading to increased competition among collectors and investors eager to secure a headline-making piece. The story of the 2019 D 1 cent coin also underscores how error coins are not just minting curiosities but also pieces of history that tell us about the production challenges and anomalies of their era. The Denver Mint in 2019 was operating at full capacity, producing billions of coins at high speed, and under such conditions, even minor misalignments or mechanical glitches can produce striking results. It is important to note that not every 2019 D penny with minor imperfections is worth millions. The vast majority of coins from that year are worth face value, and only those with confirmed, dramatic errors in exceptional condition achieve astronomical prices, which is why authentication by a trusted grading service is crucial to separate genuine rarities from ordinary coins. Collectors examining 2019 D cents for potential value typically look for specific telltale signs, such as strong doubling on inscriptions, unusual metal composition detectable by weight or magnetism, clear evidence of die clashes in the fields, or significant rotation between obverse and reverse orientations, and if such features are present in combination, the coin's value can skyrocket. Auction records show that the rare 2019 D error cent in question sold for $3 million after intense bidding, a price reflecting both its uniqueness and the growing interest in modern errors among wealthy collectors who see such coins as both historical artifacts and investment assets. This sale made headlines in the numismatic world, sparking renewed interest in searching 2019 D rolls for similar anomalies, though no other example with the exact same combination of errors has surfaced to date, reinforcing its one-of-a-kind status. The fascination with error coins stems partly from their unpredictability. They are unplanned creations of the minting process, accidental works of art that escape quality control and find their way into circulation, where only a handful of people might notice their significance before they're lost or spent again. For many enthusiasts, the thrill lies in the hunt, knowing that somewhere out there, a simple penny could hold the key to life-changing wealth, and the 2019 D $3 million cent is a perfect example of this possibility. Examining this coin closely reveals how slight imperfections in die preparation can lead to dramatic doubling, how planchette errors can arise from leftover stock, how mechanical misalignments can cause rotations, and how die clashes can leave ghostly impressions that fascinate experts and beginners alike. It's also a reminder that condition is king. Had this coin been circulated and damaged, its value would have been a fraction of what it achieved at auction, underscoring the importance of preservation, proper handling, and immediate authentication upon discovery. For anyone hoping to find a similar treasure, the key steps involve checking every 2019 D cent you encounter for doubling on the obverse lettering, unusual weight deviations that could signal a wrong planchet, rotational misalignments detectable by flipping the coin vertically and noting any offset, and faint reverse impressions on the obverse fields indicating a die clash, and if such anomalies align in one coin, immediate professional grading could transform it into a seven-figure prize. The 2019 D1 cent coin's meteoric rise to a $3 million valuation demonstrates how modern coins, often overlooked as too common to hold surprises, can sometimes yield extraordinary rarities that rival or surpass the famous eras of earlier decades. Its story has inspired countless collectors to pay closer attention to the small details, to learn the difference between minor die deterioration doubling and true hub doubling, to weigh coins accurately to detect transitional planchets, and to appreciate how the minting process, though standardized, is still susceptible to remarkable accidents. As the numismatic market continues to grow and new generations of collectors enter the hobby, modern-era coins like the 2019 D cent are likely to gain even more recognition, serving as tangible reminders that great value can sometimes be hidden in the most unexpected places. So the next time you receive change, take a closer look at those pennies. One of them might just be the next multi-million-dollar discovery waiting to happen. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of rare coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing and talked about modern coin stories that continues to fascinate collectors, numismatists, and treasure hunters all around the world, the tale of the 2013 D1 cent coin that has shocked experts and enthusiasts alike with an unbelievable valuation reaching as high as $6 million, all because of its rare and intriguing errors, fascinating minting mistakes, and the incredible possibilities that make this small copper-plated zinc piece one of the most extraordinary finds in modern American coinage. And as we explore every detail, anomaly, and historical context behind this valuable cent, you'll understand why even a coin from the relatively recent year of 2013 can hold secrets capable of transforming an everyday discovery into a life-changing fortune. Imagine going through your pocket change, sorting pennies almost absent-mindedly, and suddenly noticing something unusual about a coin you've probably seen hundreds of times before. But this time the details don't quite match the others. Something about the strike, the lettering, the finish, or even the way the coin feels in your hand seems slightly different. And upon closer inspection you realize you may be holding a 2013 D Lincoln cent with one or more minting errors that could turn this ordinary-looking piece into a $6 million treasure. The 2013 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the United States, producing billions of coins every year. And with such massive production runs, even the smallest lapse in the minting process can lead to a series of unique errors that slip into circulation undetected, waiting for keen-eyed collectors to uncover their worth. One of the most notable types of errors found on some 2013 D1 cent coins involves dramatic double die obverses, where the inscriptions on the front of the coin, such as the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date 2013, exhibit a clear doubling effect, visible to the naked eye or under magnification, giving the letters a ghostly shadow-like appearance. And these double die errors, depending on their strength and clarity, can command exceptionally high premiums at auction, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars for pristine examples, especially if accompanied by other anomalies. Another highly coveted error is the off-center strike, a minting mishap that occurs when the planchet, or blank coin, is not properly seated in the coining chamber, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted dramatically to one side, creating a crescent of blank metal. And the value of such off-center 2013 D pennies can vary depending on how far off the strike is, with 10% to 15% off-center coins fetching modest premiums, while coins with 50% or more off-center designs, particularly those that still display a full date, can skyrocket in value, especially when in uncirculated condition. Additionally, some 2013 D pennies have been discovered with broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar that usually shapes the edge, resulting in a wider, thinner coin with a smooth edge. And this type of minting mistake often catches the eye of both casual observers and experienced collectors because the coin looks distinctly wrong compared to standard examples. These broad strike errors are relatively scarce and can bring impressive sums when combined with other striking anomalies. There have also been reports of 2013 D pennies with die cracks and die chips, small raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin caused by deteriorating or damaged dies, often appearing along Lincoln's profile, through the letters of the inscriptions, or around the rim, and while minor die chips are fairly common, larger, more dramatic die breaks, sometimes nicknamed cuds when they occur near the rim, can make a coin significantly more valuable, especially when they're prominent and well defined. Another fascinating variety involves transitional or wrong planchet errors, though extremely rare for 2013, where a coin may have been struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal composition, perhaps a leftover from another production run or a misfeed in the coining presses, resulting in a 2013 D cent that is either heavier, lighter, or made of an unexpected material, such as being struck on a foreign planchet or on a leftover copper blank from pre-year 1982 composition standards, which can drastically increase its rarity and value. Some collectors have speculated that a small number of 2013 D pennies may have been struck on experimental planchets or through accidental inclusion of off-metal blanks, making them prized discoveries for those equipped with precision scales and metal analyzers. Misaligned die strikes are another type of error worth mentioning, where one die, usually the obverse or reverse, is slightly rotated or shifted during the striking process, creating coins where the obverse and reverse designs don't perfectly line up, resulting in a noticeable tilt or rotation when flipping the coin, and depending on the degree of misalignment, these can range from minor curiosities to extremely rare, valuable varieties. There are also striking errors like multiple strikes, where a coin is struck more than once by the dies, sometimes in slightly shifted positions, creating a dramatic leco of the design, or even double denomination strikes, where a coin is struck once as a cent and then accidentally struck again with dies for a different denomination, producing a wild and highly collectible error coin. Although double denomination errors are incredibly rare, any authentic example from 2013 D would be among the most valuable of all modern mint mistakes. Furthermore, coins struck through debris or grease, known as strike-through errors, occur when foreign material, like grease, cloth, or metal shavings, obstruct part of the die during the striking process, causing parts of the design to be missing or blurred on the finished coin, and in some cases, entire words or sections of Lincoln's portrait are obliterated, creating unique one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors pay dearly for, particularly when the error is visually striking and covers important elements like the date or motto. The Denver Mint's high-speed, high-volume production in 2013 created the perfect environment for a variety of such errors to occur, and because error coins are often released into circulation without detection, many of these rare and valuable pieces may still be sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, cash registers, or change piles around the country. The $6 million valuation attached to a particular 2013 D1 cent coin isn't based on a single minor error but rather on a combination of multiple rare mistakes, exceptional condition, and the coin's status as a standout example in the world of mint errors, where collectors and investors compete fiercely to own historically significant and visually dramatic error coins. Imagine a coin with a strong double die obverse, a 50% off-center strike, a visible die cut near the rim, and struck on an unusual planchet material, all preserved in near-perfect mint-state condition with full original luster. Such a specimen would be virtually one of a kind, and in a high-profile numismatic auction, the competition for ownership would be fierce, pushing the final hammer price to record-breaking levels. Beyond the errors themselves, the 2013 D penny benefits from the Lincoln cent's enduring popularity among collectors, as it remains one of the most collected coin series in the United States, with millions of people actively searching for varieties and anomalies. The small denomination and wide circulation make it easy for anyone to get involved in the hunt, and stories of people finding valuable error coins in their pocket change fuel excitement and interest across generations. Many collectors also submit their 2013 D pennies to professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, which authenticate, grade, and encapsulate coins in tamper-proof holders, providing assurance to buyers and sellers alike, and when an error coin is verified and graded by such authorities, its market value often increases dramatically. Condition plays a crucial role as well. A rare error in poor, heavily circulated condition may still be worth hundreds or thousands, but the same error in mint state or uncirculated condition can multiply in value exponentially, sometimes reaching into the millions when combined with rarity and collector demand. The intrigue surrounding these coins isn't just about financial value, it's also about the thrill of discovery, the idea that something extraordinary could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right person to notice. The fact that a modern 1-cent piece minted in 2013, a year not particularly distant or historic, could be worth $6 million underscores how errors and minting anomalies can elevate even the most common coins into coveted treasures. Whether it's a bold double die, a misaligned die strike, an off-center design, or a spectacular wrong planchette error, each flaw tells a story about the minting process, the machinery, and the human oversight involved in producing billions of coins. For collectors, these stories add depth and intrigue to their collections, transforming small metal discs into tangible pieces of history. So the next time you come across a 2013 D penny, don't dismiss it as just another cent. Take a moment to examine the details carefully under good lighting.